Okay, our audio is on.
Woo!
I think we're I think we're
Oh,
I
we have
think
three watching. Oh
I think
God.
we're good.
We
I
have
think we're
something's
good.
been moving for us.
All right. So, hello to those of you joining us. I am Sandy,
Oh, and I'm Chloe. Sorry, we're all like super crazy distracted right now.
and this is WordStitch. And true to our general nature, we complete. This is not Chloe. Me. I completely messed up the streaming software for the first whole prompt. So that video has been deleted because there was no audio and strange things happening. But we're glad that you joined us for the rest of our
At
virtual
least you caught
write-in.
it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
good thing we caught it. We could have done that entire
yeah.
thing without audio.
It wouldn't be a first for us.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. That is the
Yeah.
sad, sad truth. I'm still working on my Nano draft, which I don't know if that has a prayer. Maybe, but we'll see. Um, Chloe is editing
I am editing, yes.
because she's already won. If you
Yeah.
are with us, let us know what you're working on. We're always interested in who else is kind of suffering through this with us. And I hope that your Nano projects are going better than mine. We're gonna get started at 4:25.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just kind of skipped one of our sprints, but we are back and we're going to keep up our the rest of our sprints for this. So we'll still have our 25 and then we'll still have our 30 and our little 10 at the end. So we're just we're just 20 minutes late and that's okay.
I was thinking I was doing so good with technology today too. Like everything was all set up. It's like I've got my Ethernet. I think we have excellent stream health right this second, according to YouTube. So
So
we sh-
something had to be wrong.
something
It would have been
something
real weird if nothing was wrong.
right. It was so that was some user error.
Yeah,
Damn
it's okay.
it. Yeah.
So Sandy, how many words do you have?
Oh, like 28,000 or something like that. There is a very low likeliness that I will make it to that 50,000 mark. Maybe I can make it to like 40. We'll see.
You got a whole weekend.
I do have a
What are you
full
doing?
weekend.
What are you doing this weekend other than like you are not hosting Thanksgiving, you are going elsewhere for Thanksgiving.
That is true.
And then
Yes.
what are your last 3 days like?
That will be putting up Christmas decorations and such.
Right. So
Yeah,
could you could absolutely hammer out a bunch of word sprints over the weekend.
I probably could.
Yeah, like you would have to be like full on word sprints, no like sitting around writing. Like it's got to be a sprint and then back to decorating and then a sprint and then back to decorating. But
Hmm.
I don't think you are outside of the realm of possibility. It's gonna be rough, but if you really wanted to do it, and if you don't want to do it, I get it too. But if you really wanted to do it, I think you could do it.
I might try it. Anyways, at least for today,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get in a solid like 2,000 words because it would be good
Yes.
if I have to do this to like, start at the 30,000 mark and
Well,
know.
right. So that fresh well. Okay.
Right.
So it is 25 after, so we are going to do our 25-minute sprint now. And we will see you guys at 10 of, and you have a prompt for us, Sandy,
I
right?
do. It is give a side character who you have been neglecting some time to shine.
Oh, I'll actually be doing that in my edits right now. We'll see
Excellent.
you guys in 25 minutes.
Okay, we are back. Yay. I can't hear you though, Chloe. Oh, I think you're on mute. Okay.
For some reason, when I tried to click the mic button, it's just a little, anybody listening, it's just a little button on the screen that mutes it. For some reason, when I clicked it, my entire computer had a little spaz and pulled up, I don't know, that crap. You know that crap with Windows where, like, if you scroll too far, it suddenly gives you, like, all of the windows on one screen?
Yes.
Like what the old Alt Escape used to do. That happened when I tried to click the microphone button. I don't know.
Disaster.
Also, I feel like I'm showing my age when I refer to Alt Escape.
You might be a little bit.
Yeah,
Let's not think too hard about it.
yeah.
So that was like 478 words for me, and I liked those words. So
Oh,
that
good.
was good. Yeah. Hopefully, if you guys are with us, you are getting lots of words. How'd the editing go?
I got a scene and a half done.
Very nice.
I'm unfortunately at a part where like I really need to cut probably 2 scenes from this. I don't know how I'm going to though. So it's either that or cutting a bunch of words. So I'm in kind of a moment, but working through it.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
So we don't have like a topic planned for our break right now, do we?
No, we got completely sidetracked talking about stupid stuff like we usually do.
Yes, yes. We've been talking about research.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So here's a question for you, Sandy. It as much as like I am pushing you to finish, not pushing you to finish, but pointing out that like this is doable for you.
Mhm.
I feel like you're also pretty much resigned to not finishing and that being okay. I am okay with that. I feel like I'm not saying this right, but as somebody who was kind of in that situation, do you have any peps for people who are not going to finish, but are maybe still
Yeah.
here anyway?
Yeah. Yeah, because I really had like a lot of things sort of thrown at me this month that just sort of stunk, and it happened early enough in the month to kill my Nano in
Yeah.
some ways. So, and I just haven't quite recovered. And then for you guys watching it, because Thanksgiving is this week, it's like a weird week, right? So we sort of have like this like ending, and it's going to be full of holiday stuff. So yeah, like I'd love to be able to finish, but I think it's probably a little unrealistic. I think I'm it's probably going to be a couple more days for me.
I feel like this
um
is like the worst day for Thanksgiving to fall on.
Terrible. It's
Because
terrible.
if it's not now, then it's either basically the very end of the month and either you got it or you don't. Or there's still quite a bit of week left afterward. So you can like take that hiccup and keep going. And I feel like the fact that it's only 3 days afterward, but it is 3 days afterward, but it's Black Friday and all of that, like makes it
Yeah.
just a little bit crunchier than usual.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, so okay, look, like I think like you get to this point, you want to try to finish those words, great. I mean, words are words and it's hard to write them. So, if this experience for you has been about, learning to get words down on paper, then my vote goes for get as many as you can down, make it as fast as possible. Don't worry about if it's kind of shitty. Like just go for it. And I think people can do it. I think, even if you're way behind, it's possible. But more to your point, right? Like, what happens if you don't finish?
Yeah.
I don't think you consider the month an epic fail. I think what you have to do is sort of look back and say, like, well, what do I have here that I can salvage, and like, how do I go into December now, like, with a better plan and like catching up. Although that's one of the things I'm gonna have to talk about. So in December, I think we should do like goals and lessons and such. And
Oh yeah.
I definitely I I mean I wrote hundreds of thousands of words this year,
Yeah.
but I way over planned what I could actually do. Like I really I don't think I had a good sense of my capacity at the beginning of the year. So So I'm gonna have to be careful now that I have a Nano project complete to figure out how to like reconfigure
So
December.
I'm curious with that, because I know how things played out for me. Did things end up going completely different than you planned them to go this year, or is it just that you were unable to finish as much as you thought you could finish?
Both. I mean, things. Nothing went completely to plan. I had a series that I wanted to work on for a pen name. I completely ditched it after the first book. Like was an epic fail.
Which one was that?
The little string theory one, the Won't Let
Oh,
You Go
yeah,
book.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It just wasn't worth finishing, you know,
yeah.
like people didn't like it. I realized I wasn't really like hitting
That
the
was the same
genre.
thing as he made toast, though, right? Or he burned toast. He
It was
made
it,
biscuits.
it
What
was
the hell was the first one in that
he
series?
made pasta.
He made
Yeah.
pasta. Thank you.
Yeah. And that book went surprisingly well for me.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing sequels to that one. I learned things about sequels that I will not do in the future. Um, I think, and then I didn't expect to start another pen name. That was I was planning Christmas romance and I 180'd in
Yeah.
October for a random reason. I didn't anticipate doing any YA novellas. Um, I didn't anticipate that anybody would like those, but like when I can get people to read them, they do. I didn't anticipate having somebody do that cover. So yeah, like
Oh,
so
yeah.
much different.
Yeah.
And I did want to finish my like epic sequel to my very first YA, and that is still not finished. And I did want to
What kind of time frame are you on that now?
I'm not gonna rush that. I'm gonna put the first book out in April, I think. Because I really do feel like the other things that I wanted to do, I wanted to launch like that first book. I didn't, and I
Oh, that's
realized,
right. You
yeah,
had planned that for like November.
even
Yeah.
October maybe,
October.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then if I wasn't gonna do it in October or November, then I thought, well, surely I could get out in like February.
Yeah.
But I so the no the YA market is so tight, and I have had such a struggle even getting like the novellas in that I feel like I need to generate. I'm not there, right? Like I need a
Yeah.
better audience online before I have any chance of success, and I'm gonna have to do things for that, like get editorial reviews.
Yeah.
So I, so it's a totally different ball game in some ways, and I don't want to be stupid about something I actually do put a ton of work into.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's all different. I think we should ask the same question of you. We only have 2 minutes though, so could you want to start and continue after
I
our break?
mean, no, I don't need to do that. Because so I had planned to put out Talia and Ugly Sister, which I did,
Mm-hmm.
and then literally nothing after that was what I planned to do. I stayed on course through, I believe that was April.
Yeah,
And then I never did a single other thing that I planned to do. And also, I did a whole bunch of things that I had not planned to do.
yeah, yeah.
And I haven't even touched on the things that I had planned to do. So mine was actually a very easy one.
But this was, I mean, for both of us, this was like our first year
Yeah.
self-publishing, right? So like, I mean, if you're looking at that as like a business, this was the year that we can feel most comfortable about making massive
Yes.
mistakes and changing things and not knowing what we're doing. It's, I mean, huge learning curve, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Having a new business model.
oh my God, just like incredible. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I've learned a lot. Okay, more on that after our 30-minute. And I do have a prompt for this one too. It is at a pivotal moment, your main character experiences a setback. Oh no, how will they handle it?
I like that you like put a call to action on that.
I
Okay.
did.
We will see you guys in 30.
All right. Okay, we are back.
Sandy, I've got a weird question for you
What was it?
that I feel like you would uniquely be qualified to answer this.
That's scary. Okay, what do you have?
So a single seraphim is a seraph, and a single cherubim is a cherub. So is a single Nephilim a Nephil?
No, I think that the Nephilim are just called. They might be called Nephilia.
Okay.
I'd have to look that
Wait,
up.
wait, Nephilia is the plural and Nephilim is the single?
I think possibly.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna be
I'm sorry, I
googling
was
this.
hoping this wasn't going to be a search issue.
Nephilim. Nephilim. What does Google tell us? Google says. The Nephilim were the sons of God and daughters of men. So actually, Nephilim itself appears to be a plural.
Yes, I figured it was because of cherubim. I was using cherubim
Oh,
as my like root for it.
so
Like if cherubim are a single cherubim is a cherub, then is a single Nephilim a Nephil.
oh, I see, I see. Okay, I
Yeah.
got this all mixed up. Ah,
Pluralizing that's not standard English is what we're dealing with right now.
yeah. I. How are we gonna find
I
this?
don't even know what language. Is that Greek? Because it's not Latin, right?
Nephilim, Hebrew.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So
So a single member of the Nephilim is what we are looking up.
right. I'm trying to find it anywhere in like Wikipedia, where somebody refers to a
Oh,
Nephilim.
right. And I've never, I have read stuff with angels. So a bit of clarification if you are listening and wondering what in hell we are talking about. Um,
What in
this
heaven?
is going into weird angel mythology that I really don't understand where it all comes from, what like scripture it comes from or anything. Um, but you've got cherubim or seraphim, cherub being a single and a seraph being a single, and those are like the lower and the greater angels. And this is like an established thing. There's also Nephilim, which come from an angel and a human doing their thing. And I guess is a sin in like anything I've ever seen related to angels. But also like every time I've ever seen this being used in like modern angel, either YA or romance, it's always something that's referred to and never anything that is actually witnessed. Like I've never seen in anything that I've read a group of Nephilim actually existing and thus being like you could single out one of these entities from it, thus saying this is what the singular of that term is. Um,
Yeah, but
it's always like so, I don't know. I feel like it's always something that they like whisper about, or like the reason that that demon is a demon is because he's an angel and he did this or whatever. But you never actually see them function, for what I've seen.
so apparently the I am
Uh
is
huh.
the plural in Hebrew. So I
Okay.
think you're right. I think you could
Okay.
use Nephil just like nobody does it, right? Because
Yeah.
it's so odd.
And in all fairness, like my spell check, because if you guys are using Scrivener, you know that Scrivener's spell check is extremely dicey. Um, it also flags Seraphim, which is absolutely the pluralization of seraph. It accepts seraph and it accepts cherub and cherubim. It does not accept seraphim or Nephilim or Nephil.
This is so interesting.
I'm
And I
sorry, I took us down a rabbit hole that I was hoping, like, Sandy has been researching angels for her current theory,
oh
and that was why I threw this
wait,
at her,
I gotta
because I
find
thought
my
maybe,
reference book. Hang on, keep talking.
yeah, this is something, again, that, like, the few times that I have read angel plot lines that are not so much demon heavy. This is something that tends to come up when it's angels fighting other angels as well as demons. Yeah, Nephilim come up occasionally.
I have a dictionary of
Yeah.
angels.
And actually, I would have thought that this would have been useful to Sandy, since
Yeah.
her plot line involves her angel getting into a bunch of trouble for knocking boots with
A
a
human.
human in the past. So
Yeah.
again, I'm sorry for waylaying things. I just figured that this would have been on Sandy's
Oh,
radar.
it's very
And I'm not
interesting.
calling her out for it not being on her radar. I was just kind of expecting that to be from
Well,
my own
in
knowledge.
fairness, I have not. This is not a pregnancy story that I'm writing, so Nephilim would probably only come up if I was concerned that my angel was going to. Well,
Or, but
you
like
know,
if they happen to be like justifying
yeah.
why it was a problem
But you're
for,
right. Suddenly, I feel like this should be part of my plot.
yeah, it should absolutely be, because this is again, I don't know. I'm kind of guessing that all of the angel and demon stuff actually comes from like Hebrew texts that are not the Old Testament. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But like I feel like all of this stuff, like none of it really exists in the Bible, and it's in like other things, but it is in other canonical things. Nephilim seems to be an actual legit, not just made up for modern angel plot lines.
All right, Nephilim. Nephilim stood for giants of fallen angels closely related. Head of the Nephilim was Helo. Well, this is
Helo is
not
the King
helpful.
Nephil. How is Helo spelled?
Helel.
Oh, Hillel.
Hillel.
Hello.
Something like that.
Hello. Yeah. I don't want to pronounce it too much like halal, so hello we'll call him.
My
Hello.
my
We'll do
dictionary
like the painting hello with it.
my dictionary also does not explain this, although I feel like perhaps like you could find somebody who'd written something like this and email them. Like I feel like you could email the
That's true.
author of a
Yeah.
dictionary of angels and be like,
Or
"Hey,
I can just accept the fact that like I use the term Nephil once in this book and it's never going to affect the story ever again.
yes."
I could include it later, but I doubt it. So I could just say that in my story it is Nephil, and I don't care what actual canon is.
You do you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would just use Nephil. I think Nephil is fair, and I feel like if you're gonna be,
Oh
I mean,
no,
if
you know what? I do need it though, because there is kind of an argument that the sisters might be Nephilim themselves.
yeah, no, this is a
Yeah.
question of how is the Hebrew word pluralized. I definitely think that's what you need to be
Maybe
thinking
I
about.
should ask a Jewish friend.
Yes, ask a
I
Jewish
have
friend.
many Jewish friends. I realize that sounds like one of those things, like you say, like I'm not racist because I have black friends. I just happen to have many Jewish friends because
Ask a
I'm
Jewish friend,
up
somebody
from
who might
from
know
upstate New
Hebrew.
York, and so we had a lot of yeah. Anyways, yeah, I will pass that on to a Jewish friend and see if they can just one of the ones who did like the whole Hebrew school thing, and
Yeah.
let's see if I can get an answer from them. Anyways, how did you do? I'm sorry, I completely hijacked
Oh,
that.
something like uh, I had calculated a second ago.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
no,
really
no, it's okay.
didn't
It
your
wasn't
way.
that impressive. It was 571.
Okay.
Yeah, except that like I'm not liking the scene at all. Period. Nothing. And I started a new one thinking like maybe I can make it better. Um,
And then the new scene's not happening either.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
I might be just rushing it. This story might just not be. It might not be fully formed. It's half baked. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what it is yet.
I thought you baked it the other day, though.
Yeah. Well, apparently, I have a very like pretty full size post-it note thing hanging on my door. I know I'm supposed to be on number 2, demons.
Yeah.
And I've got a whole list of places where my protagonist could be attacked by demons. And then I have a protagonist refuses to get help, gets in trouble, somebody dies. I also have a masquerade because I think, everybody needs a good. I mean, you have.
I have a gala.
Yeah, yeah. Galas
Yeah.
are great excuses for dances, aren't they? And like
Yeah, yeah.
every good romance needs a good dance.
It's good for the intrigue and for the like, who's this stranger? Yeah.
Yeah,
And then also like getting stuck with that stranger. Like you can't leave me now because we're in the middle of the dance and it's gonna look real weird.
except it wouldn't really look that weird anymore, right? Like,
Oh, I guess that's why I normally do. Yeah. I guess that's why I do push them to be either like 18th century or to like mimic 18th century.
yeah, because like
Like
to.
having them take ballroom class or ballroom dance lessons
Mhm.
for 6 months in preparation for it.
I mean, even then, you'd have to be. Oh, we have somebody here.
Oh, hi.
Ariel
Sorry,
says
I got
she's
a
heard
rambling.
Nephil. That's helpful. You've got some advice on the Nephil thing.
What was it? I'm sorry. I'm not even like tuned in right now.
I am though. Okay,
It
so
is nipple. Am
yeah,
I correct?
Nephil,
That's
courtesy of
exactly
Ariel
what I was
M.
writing. Yes, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
kind stranger, for settling my nerves on that.
Oh, I think Ariel's been here before.
Okay.
No longer a
Thank
stranger.
you, person who is no longer a stranger. Again, like I've got a crazy setup going on right now, so I'm not actually looking at her YouTube feed. So it is all sandy today.
Which is why things are going badly, probably. Yeah,
You are
yeah.
back.
This happens. What were we saying? Oh, the dances. Yeah, I no. I
Yeah.
think. I mean, that's a problem with modern literature, right? Because if you want like a dance scene, like honestly, the characters they don't have to stay together. Nobody cares. Like
Yeah.
you just.
Yeah. Because we no longer have like I guess they could be line dancing.
Oh no, I am not gonna make my angel line dance with anybody.
Oh my God, that would be great. That's actually, not to be like a spoiler or anything, but that's actually kind of a thing that happens in Demonica.
Oh my
I
gosh.
wasn't thinking about that until you trashed it like that. But there is a reference to somebody who should not be line dancing, but is in fact an extremely adept line dancer.
I am not going to create a romantic scene around line dancing. This is never
Spoiler
going to
alert, it's one
happen.
of the horsemen of the apocalypse
Oh,
is a line dancer.
oh,
Yeah,
oh.
sorry. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've just blown an entire 15 minute, and I apologize, guys.
Romance related stuff. Hopefully, you guys are taking a break during these times,
Yeah.
like getting
Also,
snack.
hopefully you're either a romance author or like pro enough romance that you can get through our like rambling
No,
break on romance. We don't mean to push romance. It just tends to
yes,
be
we
our
do.
default as romance authors.
I mean to push romance. In any case, I um, yeah, don't you think a pro romance writer cares about this kind of stuff too? They totally do.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying a pro romance. Like you've got to be one or the other, as opposed to like there are a lot of authors out there who are a little about romance.
So
So
listen,
hopefully you're not one of those. Not because I'm going to be mad at you for being one of those, but just because I feel bad if like this conversation is completely um, irrelevant to you.
apologizing for stuff you don't need to apologize for. All right, guys, we need to go into our next word sprint. So
We do. We do. It is
this
our
is
final
our
sprint,
last
and it's
one.
a little 10.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I did a prompt for this.
you've been doing prom.
yeah, it's someone gets a hug.
Okay. I actually am entering a scene where there's a bit more than hugging going on, but
Oh,
also,
well.
oh no, literally on my screen right now is the sentence they hugged. I'm already
Aw.
there.
Awesome.
It's two of the sisters. The other sister is doing a bit more than hugging. Okay. We will see you guys in 10 minutes.
Okay. And that one was... Oh, counting up my words. So I had a realization during that.
Yay.
My entire story needs to change.
Boo.
I know. It was 293 words.
Why do you build me up?
I know, right? I actually had two thoughts during it. Like, one was oh my gosh, like, I've done this plot all wrong kind of thing. And then two was, oh no, I didn't even do this like I originally planned to do it. Like not only do I have a better plot in mind, but the original plot, which was decent, isn't one I followed. I have completely screwed this up.
Can you at least use some of what you've written?
I don't know. I think part of what's happened here is like I let Nano become such an important thing that I forgot about. Oh, where'd you go? I forgot about the story.
Yeah.
And that's a disaster, you guys. Don't be me. All right, this is not how Nano always goes. There are years when it's fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you are having a fine year, and you're not in my boat.
So Sandy,
Yeah.
Bad news aside, tomorrow we were supposed to talk about this beforehand, and of course we didn't, so we have to talk about it live. Tomorrow, I know that you've got stuff going on in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Ken is home until 10. So I wanted to do until 10 with Ken. But would you be interested in doing like a 10 to noon thing?
Possibly. This red wine, by the way, is what happens when I find out that my whole story is
gigantic glass, or is it just a trick of the camera?
It's a big glass with a small amount of, with a medium amount of wine.
Okay, so it is an oversized glass.
No, I mean, this is like what's it called? A burgundy glass or something like that? Yeah.
It just looks real big. It could just be a trick of the lens then. Okay.
This is the first time that I've had wine while we WordStitch. This is because my husband is home and he knows I'm stressed. He therefore accommodated my need for red wine, which happens when these, okay, so 10 to 12 is a possibility for me tomorrow. I mean, obviously I need the words, and also obviously things have gone badly for me here.
Yeah, so you need the motivation to get back on track.
Yeah, something
whether it's like back on Nano track or back on career track.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. That's a really good point. Hey, you know what? We still have like 3 days left. That's many days in which you can write some words. I do my...
People actually write 50,000 words in 3 days or less. Not me. Probably not you. I feel like those words are not particularly good, but maybe they are. I don't know. It just... I don't know.
When I do my 9-day novellas, though, I absolutely do. I mean, I do 3 days of drafting, and that ends up being 25,000 words. Like I blow through that like it's no big deal.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So absolutely, you could still win Nano, or you could
not
get your shit together.
Right.
Or you could get your shit together and win Nano, but that's difficult at this point.
Yeah, no, I think that what I may have to do is switch. I might have to start over. This might be a situation where I just messed everything up from the beginning.
I understand that.
Yeah. Oh, I really hope if you're watching that you have not done this. But you know what? Like seriously,
well, if you did, it's a learning experience, and rest well knowing that like we have all done it.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. And you know, like for what it's worth, I think this year I literally have written like 400,000 words. It's like a massive amount, and
so, they just weren't in November.
No, but I mean, my point is that like, you know, we all, if you didn't do your words this time, Or if you did, like, it's not really indicative of if you can do it the rest of the year. So don't be
Yes.
don't be as hard on yourself as I'm going to be on myself tonight as I drink my enormous burgundy glass of red wine and lament my Nano project.
And probably read a trashy vampire romance novel.
Probably. Yeah.
There's never a night for that story. It's this night.
Right. So
Yeah.
possible impromptu word stitch tomorrow from 10 to 12. And otherwise, we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah. Either way, we will see you next Monday, but maybe tomorrow morning as well. We'll
Maybe
see how
tomorrow morning as well. We're going to try to
how
have,
Sandy's doing.
yeah, we'll have everything together on Monday. It'll all be fine.
I mean, Sandy lives in a fantasy world,
I do.
but we'll be here on Monday either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye.